If you're sick and tired of hopping on the court and getting post hooked like this, then this is the video for you. Stay tuned. So we know they've been ruining everybody's lives on the twos court, and we all hate them. Post scorers. It takes no skill and it's just annoying as hell to play against. But there's a reason why they called me the post scorer bounty hunter. And you're gonna see why in this video. Every gameplay I show you is gonna be against a post scorer. I'm gonna show you how we lock them up and how we drop them off. Now, I don't want to waste any more time. If you guys are new to the channel or you just want to help support me, do me a favor and drop a like on the video, and let's get right into it. So for the first gameplay, you guys are going to see what lineup these guys are running: a pure post scorer, and then like a glass cleaning lockdown that can shoot, right? A popper. Now, there's one thing about these post scorer lineups that you guys need to understand. Well, this one in particular is that they lack defense. Okay, you see, we score first possession, but then we end up giving the ball up, and you guys are going to see us fiend for that ball. You guys are going to see all me and Mullah are going to do, who's my teammate, is go for steals. Now, you guys saw he played that absolutely perfectly, and it didn't matter. He can still green it. And that's what you have to do against post scorers. You see, you don't even give them the chance. You see, I take a shot, that's green, but you don't even give them the chance to post you up and go for the hook. You have to fiend for the ball. Now, just like any position in 2K, there's a skill level to post scorers, right? There are some really elite post scorers, and then there are some really, really trash ones, like this guy I'm going against right here. But one thing about post scorers compared to guards is you'll go against a good guard every now and then. You're gonna rarely go against a good post scorer. And what I mean by that is a post scorer with IQ. If somebody makes a post scorer in this game, they're most likely horrible at the game and have no IQ. I'm sorry if you're a post scorer, but that's just the truth. They made a post scorer because they have no IQ. So what you need to do the entire game is just bait them. And by the way, another thing I wanted to mention, you guys see what I'm doing in these gameplays. I do not over dribble. I just take my bucket. I know against these post scorers, you need to. And this is what I'm going to show you. Me and Mullah fiend. All we do is go for steals. We average probably 3 steals a piece when we go against them. But you see Mullah playing perfect defense, and it doesn't matter. They're still going to post hook you every play. It's going to go in every time. We know it takes no skill. But like I said, the guy is awful and he has no IQ. You're going to see here, all you have to do to these guys is make them pass the ball just like that. Don't just guard your man in the corner. Don't just let them post you up. You need to give them room and make them think, can I pass the ball here? Are they going to rip me? Do I need to get rid of it? Because like I said before, these post scorers are trash at the game. They have no IQ, and they made a post scorer because all they can do is post you up and hold their analog stick up to get a glitched hook that greens every time, no matter what. And once again, you see I catch the ball on the inbound. I'm running and dunking. I don't play around with these post scorers. For the game, my boy Mullah bricks. It's 19-6, but like I said, he has to work for these buckets. We are going to spam X on you, and we are going to make you work for it. Right there, I'm not going to say that was us. He definitely messed up the hook and went for a fade, but that's my point. Guys like this, they aren't actually good if you make them think, if you make their job hard. We're going to game them here, but that's not the only time you're going to see this guy, because they came around and pulled up again on us. He thought, he actually messaged Mullah, my teammate, who was streaming at the time. I'm actually going to leave his Twitch in the description because he does stream a lot. I do play with him if you want to check him out. But he messaged him after the game and was like, you didn't even stop me. That was fluky. So he pulled up again thinking he could beat us. And look, we're both jumping at him. I'm leaving my dude open because I'm making him think. Are you going to pass to the corner next possession? Because if you do, I'm going to bait it. If you do go for the hook, you're going to green it. Like I said, you just got to make these guys think because they are complete bots. You guys are going to see Mullah miss that shot right there. And honestly, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but this is the first year of 2K where you genuinely cannot get mad at your teammate when they miss wide open. Because I know we've all been there this year. As you see, that was legit the most perfect defense he could play, and he still got it. But like I said, you make these guys think, and they don't know what to do, so we get another steal. 90% of times we get stops on these post scorers is from steals. And then what I was saying earlier is their lineup lacks defense. I haven't talked about it yet, but these 7'3" post scorers have absolutely no defense. Not only does their build have no defense for what I'm talking about in general, but they have no defense regardless because they're a post scorer. They made a post scorer, so they're bad at the game and they just have no defense. This game I couldn't really show you guys because I had a glass cleaning lock on me, or a popper on me, I guess, so I had to cook him these last 2 games. But in the next 2 games, you guys are going to see they're running a whole different lineup. And that's why I wanted to put it in this video, because you guys are going to see they play very differently. In this game, the post scorer just posts him up and the other guy sits in the corner. In the game I'm going to show you at the end of this video, well, the next 2 games, they're both running with pure locks, but one of them sits in the corner and one of them just sits in the paint grabbing boards. And I think that is even harder to guard, especially with a lockdown, because they have defense. That's the problem with this lineup that we're going against here, is the guys are so trash that they have no defense. Like, this guy has to try and guard ball on like, I think he's like a 6'9" shooting center, and he's not going to be able to guard me ever. So you see, I just cooked him both games there. And this is where the fun really begins, because look at these guys line up. Back-to-back games I went against a lineup like this. 2 lock takeovers, 2 post takeovers. In both games, the other team starts with the ball, so you guys are going to see what happens. First possession, like I said, they just lack IQ. Why is he passing that? He's just a bum post scorer. I'm sorry if you're a post scorer and you're watching this, but I'm also not sorry because I hate you for making this no skill build. You see, they were locking us up. This guy got a nice defensive block on me, but you know, there's always a skill gap in the paint. I'm going to pump fake, get him in the air, go up with the layup. Next play, I'm not messing around in these gameplays. You guys normally see me dribbling, doing a lot of dribble moves, cooking people. But when I play these post scores, I make it simple. And also, I was ISOing the last 2 games, right? But since this guy has double lock takeover, look what I was telling Moolah to do. I said, set the screen on me and let me get this post score. Because look, he's so slow. So this is what you want to do against a lineup like this. If they run the lock and the post score, set pick and pops the whole game and try and get the lockdown to switch so you have the post score. Because for 2 reasons. 1, the post score is trash at the game and they probably have no defense regardless. And number 2, they're 7'3" and slow. But look how bad this guy is. This is what I'm telling you. If you play with the post score, you're also probably trash, because why would you want to play 2K to sit in the corner or sit in the paint and watch your teammate post hook all the time? So if you were on the court with the post scorer, or you are a post scorer, you're most likely trash with no IQ. Like I said, there's definitely a few exceptions. There are some elite post scorers, but most of them are like this guy. Most of them are like these last 2 teams that I showed you, where they're not actually good at the game. They just try and cheese their way to wins, but that will not work against elite players. Now, obviously, is not going to win every game against a post score, but I'm not lying to you. These 4 gameplays that I'm going to show you, because I have one more after this, are all consecutive games. Me and Moolah legitimately played 4 games in a row against post scores, and that's how I came up with this idea for the video. As you see, once again, this no IQ having center or post scorer, try passing on the inbound and got another turnover. I get ripped, it's unlucky, but you see, once again, look at how bad they are. They just are getting baited. You have to make these bots think. And that's what we did, and that's why in all 4 of these games, we came out victorious, because we are fiends on defense. That's the 2 most important things. I'll say it again. You need to fiend for steals on defense, okay? You need to absolutely fiend for steals and get as many fouls as you can, number 1. He's going to eventually get his post hooks, right? He's going to eventually do it, although you guys saw how trash he is and how much IQ this guy really has. Number 1, you got to fiend on defense. Number 2, you got to make these guys think, okay? Look at how me and Moolah are running around, spamming X on everything. Look at, make these guys think, because they have no IQ. That was on the defensive side. And then on the offensive side, as I already explained, if you go against the lock post lineup, you do pick and pops to try and get that slow post score on you. As you see, Moolah fiends for a steal and gets it again. As you see, I get a lucky layup right there. That was definitely lucky. I have not been confident in going for the contact dunks lately because I mistime it damn near every time. But yeah, defense is definitely the weakness of these builds. You obviously cannot give them the ball that many times or else they're going to eventually score. But just make them think. It's that simple. You see, I catch the ball, I run, I dunk. I'm not messing around with these guys. That's the end of that game. And then right here, this is what I'm talking about. The same exact lineup. A pure lock, double lock takeover. and then double post takeover. You see, these guys play differently than everybody else. They have the lockdown in the paint, grabbing every board with max rebound, and this guy post hooking. And they probably would think we have good defense considering they have a pure lock on the court. See, Mullah is playing as good of defense as you can. He's still gonna hit all these post hooks. Look at what can we do. But just like every other game, you know how we get the ball back. We're not just gonna let them do this. He has no IQ. He passes it on the inbound. Mullah presses X. That's another thing you guys need to do on every single inbound. If you are the one standing in front of the inbounder, spam X, because if they make a mistake like that, you can get the steal every single time. So you guys need to start doing that. But you see, me and Mullah are doing pick and pops. I get this post score on me. That's green. By the way, this is a new jump shot. If you were asking, I'm definitely going to upload it within the next few days because it is absolute cash. But yeah, just pick and pops. I don't want this lockdown on me. I want this post score on me. And that's the thing. I'm not even the one that needs to score. If you're two, like Mullah right here is a 6'9" popper, I believe. But you see, the post score is 7-3 and so slow, it doesn't matter. But look at us again, fiending in those passing lanes, playing every single lane. Mullah shoots that. That's green. You need to make sure you don't give him the ball that much, but you gotta fiend in those passing lanes. You see, we got the score here, 15-6. I tell him to hit me with the pick and pop. He hits me back. I just know this guy's way too slow. I don't know why Mullah cut to the paint right there, but he did. But like I said, this guy gets on me. There's just nothing he can do to keep up with me. Force the post scorer to switch on to you, and then it's going to be easy points for you. Look at, they have no idea what they're doing on defense because they're post score in a lockdown and they're trash at the game. But if you guys did enjoy this video and you honestly hate post scores just as much as I do, please do not hesitate to drop a like, sub if you're new, and I'm out.